Fellow gardeners, if you've been following the latest trends in organic farming, you've likely encountered the buzz around Korean natural farming, or KNF, and JADAM organic farming. These aren't just passing fads, they're actually revolutionary approaches that are transforming how we think about soil health, plant nutrition, and sustainable growing practices. Both methods originated in Korea and have gained massive popularity worldwide because they promise something every gardener dreams of: healthier plants, better yields, and reduced dependency on expensive external inputs. What makes these techniques so compelling is their focus on working with nature rather than against it. Instead of relying on synthetic fertilizers that can harm beneficial microorganisms, both KNF and JADAM harness the power of fermentation, indigenous microorganisms, and plant-based solutions to create thriving garden ecosystems. The beauty really lies in their simplicity. Most ingredients can be sourced from your own garden or local environment, making them accessible to gardeners of all economic backgrounds. Understanding Korean natural farming, or KNF. The microbial approach. Korean natural farming, developed by Master Cho Han-kyu, operates on a fundamental principle. Every location has its own unique indigenous microorganisms, or IMOs, that are perfectly adapted to local conditions. When we cultivate and multiply these native microbes, we create a soil ecosystem that's naturally balanced and resilient. The KNF philosophy emphasizes that plants don't just need nutrients, they need the right microbial partners to process those nutrients effectively. The KNF system revolves around creating specific inputs that feed and support these beneficial microorganisms. The approach is methodical and precise, with each input serving a specific purpose in the plant's growth cycle. What sets KNF apart is its emphasis on timing and application methods, understanding when to apply which input based on the plant's developmental stage and environmental conditions. One of the most fascinating aspects of Korean natural farming, or KNF, is its focus on indigenous microorganisms. These little guys are collected from our local forests, especially from areas with rich, undisturbed soil. The theory here is pretty neat. These microorganisms have evolved alongside local plants for thousands of years, creating these perfect symbiotic relationships. So, when we introduce these IMOs to our gardens, we're essentially inoculating our soil with nature's own perfect fertilizer factory. It's like bringing a piece of the forest right to your backyard. Now, let's dive into exploring JADAM, which is often referred to as the simplified powerhouse. JADAM, created by Youngsang Cho, who happens to be the son of the KNF founder, takes a bit of a different approach. The name stands for Jaeonul Dalma, meaning being close to nature in Korean. While KNF can sometimes feel a tad complex with its multiple inputs and precise timing, JADAM simplifies the process while still maintaining its effectiveness. The philosophy here is all about creating ultra-low-cost solutions that any farmer or gardener can implement without needing expensive equipment or hard-to-find ingredients. It's all about making it accessible, So, what sets JADAM apart? Well, JADAM's strength lies in its focus on soil microbiology through simpler methods. Instead of collecting and cultivating specific microorganisms like KNF, JADAM relies on naturally occurring fermentation processes to create powerful soil amendments. This approach is pretty clever, as it recognizes that beneficial microorganisms are everywhere in nature. We just need to create the right conditions for them to multiply and thrive. It's all about working with nature rather than trying to control it. So, the JADAM system is particularly appealing to gardeners who want results without the complexity. Its inputs are designed to be made in large quantities with minimal cost, making it ideal for larger gardens or those operating on tight budgets. The fermentation processes used in JADAM are more forgiving than some KNF methods, making it an excellent entry point for beginners. Fermented plant juice, or FPJ, is often called the universal growth booster. Fermented plant juice represents one of the most versatile inputs in both systems, though preparation methods vary between KNF and JADAM approaches. In KNF, FPJ is created by fermenting young, vigorous plant shoots with brown sugar in a 1-to-1 ratio by weight. The process captures the plant's peak energy and growth hormones, creating a concentrated liquid that provides both nutrients and growth-promoting compounds. The magic of FPJ lies in its ability to provide readily available nutrients while simultaneously introducing beneficial microorganisms. During fermentation, naturally occurring bacteria and yeasts break down complex plant compounds into simpler forms that plants can immediately absorb. This process also creates organic acids that help improve soil pH and nutrient availability. In the JADAM system, FPJ preparation is simplified but equally effective. JADAM FPJ often uses a wider variety of plant materials and doesn't require the precise sugar ratios demanded by KNF. This flexibility makes it easier for gardeners to utilize whatever plant materials are abundant in their local environment. The fermentation process in JADAM FPJ tends to be longer, allowing for more complete breakdown of plant materials and development of microbial communities. The application of FPJ in both systems serves multiple purposes. It provides immediate nutrition for plants, stimulates beneficial soil microorganisms, and can even help plants develop stronger resistance to pests and diseases. The key is understanding dilution rates. FPJ is typically diluted 1 to 500 to 1 to 1000 with water before application, making a small batch last for numerous applications. Lactic acid bacteria, or LAB, is truly the probiotic powerhouse. Lactic acid bacteria cultivation represents one of the most rewarding aspects of both KNF and JADAM systems. LAB functions as a probiotic for plants, much like beneficial bacteria support human digestive health. These microorganisms excel at breaking down organic matter, suppressing harmful pathogens, and improving nutrient uptake in plants. So, the traditional KNF method for creating lactic acid bacteria, or LAB, starts with collecting rice wash water and letting it ferment naturally. After several days, you strain the liquid and mix it with milk, which helps separate the LAB from other microorganisms. The LAB then consumes the lactose in the milk, producing a yellowish liquid that's just packed with beneficial bacteria. This process does take a bit of patience and attention to detail, but it results in highly concentrated LAB cultures. Now, the JADAM method makes lab production a whole lot easier by using leaf mold soil as a starter culture. The idea here is that LAB naturally exists in healthy soil environments, and can be multiplied using really simple fermentation techniques. The JADAM lab method is definitely more forgiving and doesn't need the precise timing that the traditional KNF approach requires. The benefits of applying LAB go way beyond just feeding your plants. These bacteria help create anaerobic conditions in the soil, which favor beneficial microorganisms and suppress harmful pathogens. LAB also produces natural antibiotics and growth-promoting compounds that boost plant immune systems. With regular lab applications, you can really improve your soil structure, making it crumbly and well-draining, the kind of soil every gardener dreams of. Side-by-side garden testing gives us honestly some real-world results that are hard to beat. Conducting these comparisons between KNF and JADAM methods provides invaluable insights into how effective each approach really is. The key to meaningful testing, is keeping all the variables consistent and only changing the input methods. So that means using identical plant varieties, soil types, watering schedules, and environmental conditions, while applying different treatments to separate sections of the garden. For tomato plants, which tend to respond dramatically to different nutrition programs, the differences between KNF and JADAM approaches become pretty clear within just a few weeks. KNF-treated plants often show more controlled, steady growth with excellent fruit quality. On the other hand, JADAM-treated plants may show more vigorous vegetative growth and, honestly, higher overall yields. These differences really reflect the philosophies behind each system. KNF is all about precision, while JADAM leans into an abundance approach. Soil testing throughout the growing season, it reveals some fascinating differences in microbial activity and nutrient availability. KNF soils typically show higher diversity in beneficial microorganisms, but they might need more frequent input applications. Meanwhile, JADAM soils often demonstrate higher overall microbial biomass and better nutrient retention, which reflects the system's focus on building long-term soil health through, abundant organic matter. The most compelling results often appear in plant resilience during stress periods. Both systems generally produce plants that handle drought, temperature fluctuations, and pest pressure better than conventional chemical treatments. However, KNF plants may show more consistent performance under varying conditions, while JADAM plants often demonstrate remarkable recovery ability after stress events. Practical application: making the choice for your garden. Choosing between KNF and JADAM ultimately depends on your gardening goals, available time, and personal preferences. KNF appeals to gardeners who enjoy precision and don't mind investing time in creating specific inputs for different growth stages. The system's emphasis on indigenous microorganisms makes it particularly valuable for gardeners interested in truly local solutions tailored to their specific environment. JADAM attracts gardeners who want powerful results without complexity. Its simplified approach makes it ideal for busy gardeners or those managing larger growing spaces. The system's focus on abundant, low-cost inputs makes it particularly attractive for gardeners operating on tight budgets or those interested in scaling up their operations. Many experienced gardeners find success combining elements from both systems. They might use JADAM's simplified fermentation methods for basic soil building while incorporating KNF's specific inputs for addressing particular plant needs or growth stages. This hybrid approach allows gardeners to benefit from both systems' strengths while adapting to their specific circumstances. So, the learning curve for both systems is pretty manageable, but, they do require different types of commitment. KNF demands a bit more technical knowledge and, honestly, some pretty precise timing, while JADAM asks for patience with those longer fermentation processes and a comfort level with less precise measurements. Both systems, though, really reward consistent application and paying close attention to how your plants respond to different inputs. The rise of Korean natural farming techniques represents more than just another gardening trend. It's actually a fundamental shift toward working with natural systems, not against them. Both KNF and JADAM offer proven pathways to healthier plants, better yields, and more sustainable growing practices. And, well, the choice between them isn't about finding a winner, but about discovering which approach fits best with your gardening philosophy and practical circumstances. The beauty of these systems honestly lies in their accessibility and effectiveness. Whether you choose KNF's precision or JADAM's simplicity, you're joining a global community of gardeners who are rediscovering the power of fermentation, beneficial microorganisms, and natural soil building. And while the techniques are rooted in Korean tradition, their applications are, really, universal. As you embark on your Korean natural farming journey, just remember that both systems reward patience and observation. Start small, keep detailed records of your results, and don't be afraid to experiment with different approaches. The most successful gardeners are those who understand that every garden is unique and needs its own customized approach to get the best results. Your garden is, honestly, just waiting for this transformation. Whether you go with the methodical precision of KNF or the abundant simplicity of JADAM, you're taking a big step toward creating a more sustainable, productive, and rewarding growing experience. The microorganisms are ready to work with you. All you need to do is provide the right conditions and, well, just watch the magic unfold.